Select and from are the most commonly used SQL commands. We're going to go ahead and play with them for a minute here to give you an idea about how to select certain fields and identify the tables you want to pull from. We have a very simple database. The database has got just a couple of tables: order entries, checks, employees, and suppliers. Let's go ahead and pull data from one of these tables. Let's start with checks. The checks table's got a couple of fields. We have a couple of ID fields, a date, employee, supplier, and a check amount as well. First off, let's get all of the entries. To get all the entries, we're going to use the keyword select. We're going to use the star, which is Shift 8 or the asterisk, and then the table. I'm going to go ahead and run the code, and you'll see on the bottom here we have the update about all the information being returned. This gets every single row from the table. We can also change to a different table if we want, such as employees, and we'll get all of the employees pulled back. Now, we don't always want all of this information. Sometimes you only want a couple of pieces, for example, the first name and last name. In that case, we'll take off the star and instead do first name and last name. And now you see we have just those two columns pulled back. So those are the basics behind this. There's a couple of intricacies I think are also useful to understand. First off is capitalization. You may notice that I capitalized the word select and from, but not the field names. I do that so it's easier for myself just to see this, but it's not technically necessary. I could write select all in lowercase, I could write first name all in uppercase, and it's still going to work, no problems at all. Now, when we get into it, the other thing you'll usually have a problem with is dealing with phrases or table names or field names that have spaces in them. Let's look at another table called order entries. When I try to run this, you'll see it doesn't work. And the problem is that our SQL language doesn't understand multiple words. It thinks that I'm trying to grab a table called order, but I really want a table called order entries. The way we help it out is we put quotes around the table name. Now it can understand how to call it. Sometimes I also need to put quotes around field names. Let's say, for example, I want to grab the material amount and order cost. Material and amount work fine. Those come back no problems at all. The problem is going to be order cost. I have the same problem here that I had before. SQL thinks that these are two separate words when there actually should be the same title. I had to put quotes around it. Once I put quotes around, this works okay. That's the finished summary for our introduction to SQL. Hopefully by now you feel very comfortable with select and from.